can smell the smell of your hair when I heard it in my dream, and it's a happy dream. There is life after death of a child, no matter how hard and how tough it is, because she's my daughter. She'll always be with me.
This is a true story with real people recounting their own experiences. In some cases, details have been changed to protect those involved.
If I'm heading home for something and I can't get a hold of the kids, it's like I can't drive fast enough to get to where I need to go and make sure everybody's okay.
The boys, I cut their hair, and almost every time it just brings me.
Hey
back
James,
to
how
that
you doing
day.
tonight? Just coming in this one more test here. Try to set a couple of people as moderators. I just want to make sure that I did it correctly. So waiting for Justin and Christina to come in here and see if I got them set. Also added Blue Wave Odyssey and a couple other folks, just see if I could find some moderators for my live streams. I think the new microphone's working out good. Had good luck with it so far. How you been doing today?
From doing what she probably thought was going to be the worst was be killed.
When a loved one is murdered, those left behind relive the crime over and over again, haunted by memories they can't escape.
You have an email.
Turn that volume down on that thing a little bit here.
In a seaside community on Florida's central coast, Sheriff's Officer Rick Goff and his wife
It was 62 degrees here today, James, but they are predicting starting tomorrow evening. We're supposed to start out with rain, followed by ice, and then the last I heard, up to 7 inches of snow through Saturday. So we're getting ready to have a pretty snowy weekend. But today was beautiful. Hey Will's Water Wonder, how you doing tonight? Was just kind of telling James about our weather coming in. Today beautiful, 62 degrees, sunshine. By Saturday night, they're predicting 8 degrees and up to 7 inches of snow. So big shock in the next 24 to 48 hours. Hey Bubba Bug, just thank you for jumping over. Hey Blue Wave. Hey Blue Wave, I also just temporarily, kind of set you up as a moderator. Is it showing up on yours? Oh, it's showing up on my phone, but not on my screen. So I went into the settings and found that you was telling me the other night. So I set you and Justin up. So I was just kind of making sure that I had it set up right, but it is showing up on my phone as you being a moderator for my channel. Mid-80s in Florida. Maybe I need to leave and head to Florida real quick before tomorrow night. Unfortunately, working for the fire department here, I'll do my full 8 hours tomorrow, and then probably end up spending most of the day Saturday in a plow truck. Hey, Nomadic Idea, I appreciate you jumping over. Thank you. Geek Family Adventures, welcome, welcome. Thanks for jumping over. Oh, you guys keep saying, see, that's my name. That's my travel name. Is Chasing the 70s, and I'm I'm gonna have to run fast to find some this weekend. Saying Saturday night, 8 degrees, so bitter cold and snow.
We started dating on January 19th, which, Valentine's Day is like almost a month after that. I was kind of getting nervous. I didn't know what to do. But we both decided that we'll go to the mall.
Well, I'm glad you guys all kind of jumped over. That was a great live we just came off of. Those, I had to ring their bell because I gotta see the show where they're going to be impersonating everyone. No, James, I'm a division chief for the fire department, so I take care of all the plan reviews and inspections for our fire district. But also part of my duties is all the station maintenance, which falls into
One girl, Ariana, you didn't acknowledge her.
falls into snow removal and spreading salt on all of our stations too. Yeah, I am in Kansas. Bubba Bug, I've had 2 grandsons graduate from Olathe East. They both played baseball, and now I have a granddaughter that's going to Olathe East, so it just keeps working out for me. Hey, Nomadic Hippie, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you come in.
Thursday, January 17th, 2008.
Trying to see, my wife just come out and told me I missed acknowledging somebody came in a while ago, so I'm trying to go back up here. If I missed you, I sure do apologize. Trying to get this thing all set up. Trying to watch a phone and a computer. Oh, best friends are in Olathe. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I'm a division chief in my hometown, which is about 6 miles from Olathe, Kansas. Olathe, Kansas is just north of me, about 6 miles, and my son-in-law was the deputy chief for the Olathe Fire Department. So yeah, I know Olathe real well. Unfortunately, the little guy got to retire before I did. He started his career right out of high school. I think he graduated in May, started in the fire department in June, and he just retired out, just being 51 years of age. So awesome for him, but his retirement didn't last too long because I talked him to coming out here and going back to work for us part-time. So. Oh, great. Blue Wave, thanks for keeping up with that.
Right away, up pretty high.
Oh, Aline?
No,
I see she's still telling me I missed somebody here.
A, it's like Diana, but it has A. It's up way.
Alina. Oh, okay. I'm sorry if I missed you. But welcome. 11 in the room now, so we got to get this figured out to where I can get a hold of Blue Wave so he can tell me how to bring people up to talk with me, because it feels awkward just sitting here talking to the screen and watching it. Oh, okay. Scott's wife, that's good to know. Sorry for that. I'm just trying to catch up on this chat here too. I'll be sure to go get her link and hit her big red button. Knowing the chat to be careful what you say now. Okay, well I think I must have this moderator thing set up because it had Blue Wave, Justin from Justin and Christina. And then I also hit Steve Turtle, but Blue Wave, I know you moderate for a lot of channels, so if this is too much for me, just let me know and I can take you off there. I just kind of wanted to do a test to see if I I actually got it set up right.
Nathan's next call is to his father.
But yeah, I've lived in. I moved to Kansas from Tennessee. I was born in Tennessee, and we moved here in 1969, and I pretty much lived around the same area since then. So, been a Kansan for a long time. So I enjoy it in the summer, but I'm getting to where I really despise the winters. Hence the name Chasing the 70s. So we purchased a 31-foot Class C Coachman Leprechaun this fall. So hopefully, with the amount of vacation I've got built up, that this summer we're going to be doing quite a bit of traveling, and hope I can run into some of you guys and stop and shake your hands and maybe have a cup of coffee or something. That would be awesome. I watch a lot of Blue Waves and everybody's meetups, and it just seems like you already know these people before you actually get to shake their hand. So I'm hoping I get to know a whole lot of people on YouTube. I really, my channel, I really have only been messing with my YouTube channel for the past maybe 3 to 4 weeks. I had one prior to that, and it was just basically for my grandkids. We got soccer players, we got viola players, baseball players, of course. I got a grandson that was in a bunch of plays, so I just posted that kind of video. But once we started talking about camping, I wanted to start looking on YouTube and find some options for camping and stuff, and I ran into all you guys, and it's just been incredible. When I started this adventure, probably, let's say, a month ago, just to be safe, I had 7 subscribers, and I think now, I believe when I checked it today, I'm closing in on 200 in just about 3 weeks. So I can't thank you guys enough for going over and checking this out. I did post last night. I posted the introduction to Jerry and Diana Holly. I got my wife to come down and sit with me, and we posted a little short 14 or 15 minute video to kind of introduce ourselves to all you guys. I wanted you to be sure you got to meet her. She wasn't feeling very good. She kind of hear it in her voice, but hopefully I can get her a lot more involved in this too. She loves talking to people, and she loves meeting new people, so I can't wait till she's feeling better and we can get her on here too. Rocky Ford Campground, whereabouts is that located? Because I'm looking for some places, fairly close. I can look it up. Thanks, Justin and Christine. I do have you set as a moderator, Justin, so it did work. So I got you and Blue Wave on there. I sure appreciate you offering to do that. It's been great. I just wanted to make sure that I did have you on there as a moderator. Oh, Manhattan. I got a grandson attending college in Manhattan right now, so that'll be something I definitely look at. He'll be going back to school here in the next week or so, so that'd be a good place to go visit when we go up to see him. We'll have to give that a shot. Appreciate the information. Hey, Lucky Dog Production. Appreciate you popping in. We're just trying to set me some moderators here. So Justin, Christina's RV Van Life, and Blue Wave Odyssey, I hit them up to be moderators. So I wanted to come on and make sure it was working, and sure enough, I must have did something right because it's both showing them as moderators. So I'll definitely go check that. I'll definitely check that campground out. That would be a good little weekend trip. Go up there and stay there, and then visit the grandson while we're there. He attends Kansas University, and he is starting his emergency medical technician this semester. So I think he kind of wants to follow in Grandpa's footsteps, and I think he's looking at the fire service for a career. Um, nothing I would ever love to do better than what I've been doing for the last 26 years. So probably the greatest job in the world. But yeah, I think he's looking to join the footsteps. So it'll be good to pass the torch on to him. So. Okay, I'm trying to go back here because Blue Wave wanted me to do something just a second ago. I'm trying to find out where. Sorry for the dead air here, folks. Just trying to make sure I didn't miss nothing. Blue Wave has just been a great help for me getting started out here. So he tells me he wants me to do something, I definitely want to do it. So go to the try that. See if it works. I think Blue Wave, I'm going to try to get that StreamYards. It just seems to me it's a lot. I love the fact that you can bring somebody up and be with you. I'd love to be able to bring somebody up here and sit here beside me, or 3 or 4 people like you guys all do. Those conversations are really good. I just got to figure that out next, but one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Steve, you're missing a question from that girl you forgot.
Okay.
That's how you
I got my producer here telling me I'm missing a question here. When I got into the fire service, basically they were begging for people. Nobody wanted to be firemen back then. They would actually send out flyers to neighborhoods and cities and see if they could get somebody to do it. It has become such a strong profession now. Most of the organizations, I can speak for Kansas, where I live, they want you to have your firefighter 1 and 2, which you can get at any junior college, your emergency medical technician, and some kind of hazmat, maybe a hazmat ops, which isn't too hard to obtain. It's not like you're going to be working with the stuff, you just recognize it. So if you're interested in something like that, wherever you live, best resources, call one of your local fire departments or the junior college near you and see what they offer. Like I said, when I started 1984, the little town I live here in Kansas was strictly a volunteer department. So if you walked in the door and you were interested, you became a fireman that day. So I had no background in the fire service. I had no family that was in the fire service or anything. I just had a strong interest in some kind of public service, and looked at the police side of it. Not a big fan of getting shot at, so I went up, and our fire chief at the time was also our postman, and my wife owned a beauty shop here in town. At the time, one of only 2 beauty shops, so her beauty shop was like the hubbub of the town. So our mailman was also the fire chief, so she had talked to him. And you got to imagine now, at this time I had a full beard and long hair, and she said, well, the fire chief's going to come get his hair cut on Saturday if you want to talk to him. So I showed up out there on that Saturday, and I walked in. He was getting his hair cut, so I sat down in the chair next to him. We kind of had a little conversation about if we were how I got interested in the fire service and why I wanted to do it, and kind of told him you know what my heart was telling me to do at the time. And he said, well, if you wanna join, he goes, the only thing you have to do is lose that beard, cut your hair. So I reached over and grabbed my wife's clippers from her stand and just started shaving the beard off. And he goes, well, I think you're pretty serious. So next Saturday we're gonna be doing a practice burn. We have a house to burn. If you want to come and watch, you can watch. I can't let you participate in anything because you really hadn't had no formal training, but if you want to come and watch, that's great. So I did. I showed up at the fire station the next Saturday. He gave me some gear to put on and kind of got familiar with it. We drove out to the house they were going to burn down, and they used straw to make it smoky a little bit. And he said, well, I can let you go in on this, this smoke if you want to, kind of see if this is something you're going to be interested in, or if it's going to they do that to kind of test to see if you got claustrophobia, or if it's going to freak you out if you go into a smoke-filled environment. So he put the air pack on me and showed me how to work it. I went in a couple times and was real excited about it. So he said, okay, now we're going to light it on fire, so I can't have you in there while it's on fire. I said, okay, I understand that. So everybody was standing there. Was probably 15, 20 guys there. Everybody had their gear on, air packs. So you can't really tell who's who. So I just kind of walked back and just got in line with the other guys, and they were sending them in 3 at a time. So I just kind of got with a group of guys and ended up going in that house about 10 times that day, actually putting out fire. When he found out about it, he wasn't too happy, but he still let me on. So yeah, he was afraid my wife was going to kill me, but it was a pretty good story. We had a great time with it, and that was it. From then on, I volunteered for 10 years. Ended up being the assistant chief of the town I live in here, and then a town just a little bit to the west of us had a full-time fire department, and I got to know the fire chief over there, and he called me up one day and said, hey, are you interested in doing this full-time? And I said, well, I'm not sure, because I still got 3 daughters at home, and I know the fireman's salary is not the best in the world. And he goes, you're right, but you only work 10 days a month. That gives you 20 more days to go out and make money. I said, okay, that sounds like that might work. So I think the starting pay when I started in the fire service was $16,400 a year. Now you got to understand, I was running a major drywall company at the time here in our county. We had over 100 employees. We were doing several hundred houses a year, multiple units of apartments. So I had to go to the owner of that company and explain to him. I said, hey, I'm going to take this fire job, but I sure would like to keep my job here too, because I was pretty much the supervisor scheduling all the work. And he goes, well, only 10 days a month. I think that we can make that work. So it did. Gracefully, it worked out great. I was able to start the fire service, keep my drywall job until I actually rose through the ranks and ended up becoming the fire marshal for that district I started at. And then I was able to quit the drywall, which I was getting too old to do that. It was really starting to wear on my body, and I always said I wanted to be out of drywall by the time I was 45 years old. So I think God had a plan for me, and that's what happened. I was able to quit the drywall business and focus full-time on the fire department. And then worked over there for 16 years. And then this little town I live in decided they wanted to start a full-time fire department. And the assistant chief at the time was a real good buddy of mine. He called me up and he said, hey, we're going full-time. We'd sure like for you to come home and come over here and basically do the same thing you're doing over there. So it's kind of like a lateral transfer. So I jumped on that in a heartbeat because actually it takes me about 3.5 minutes to get to work now versus the 20 minutes I was driving. So I took that position, 11 years ago now. So still here, just waiting for retirement now so I can start my next journey in life. So, but I can't complain. The drywall raised my family and got all 3 of my kids through high school and college, and the fire service has just been absolutely great. I wouldn't trade anything in the world for it. Drywall is a good trade. So is the fire service. They both treated me really well, so can't complain at all. It's got me to where I'm at in a comfortable position, and like I said, every morning when I get up, I still look forward to going to work. I always told my wife and family, if I ever get up and say I have to go to work, that'll be the time that I know it's time to retire. But still now, I still get up every morning and say I get to go to work, so I still got a few years left in me. So, but I'm really looking forward to the next phase of my life. Hopefully, with my years of service and stuff, I have so much vacation that we are really hoping to take 2 or 3 extended vacations this summer. So way we travel is we usually hit the road with no destination in mind. She'll start looking at some books and something we want to go see, and that's where we go. We've been camping all of our life. Our 3 girls pretty much were raised at the lake, but they started having school activities, and they were all in band and drill teams, so things get in your way, and we kind of quit camping for several years. But now we're looking to get back into it. So like I said, we just purchased that 31-foot Class C. The only trip we took in it so far, we did drive down to Branson, Missouri, spent a week down there at a little campground called Shenanigans. It was great. We loved it. Hated to come home, so we're looking forward to the next adventure. So hopefully, April, May, we'll hit the road for a couple weeks at a time, and I sure hope I can come around and see some of you guys, catch up with you, stop, shake your hand, have a cup of coffee or cold beverage. But I'm really looking forward to that, especially getting on this YouTube. Camper family is incredible. I just cannot believe how tight this family can get so quick. I watched Blue Waves meet up, and it was incredible watching those 2 meet for the first time, not really ever seeing each other, and felt like they were family the day they met. So I can't wait to do that. I'm trying to catch all the live streams that I can. Get off work about 4 or 5 o'clock. Usually turn on YouTube, and I'm usually on it till 9 or 10 at night. So love watching all these live streams. There's just some awesome people out here. A lot of people are in this room right now. I just love going on your live streams and watching them. Ran Bob's playlist pretty much all day today. I turned it on this morning and just let it run, sitting on the table. So hope we're a little bit closer to that blue hair thing.
Jerry, Bubba Bug said that he can meet you in Manhattan. You need to look at the car.
Okay. Bubba Bug? I tell you what, if there's some way we can exchange numbers when we're in Manhattan, I'd love to give you a call and meet up with you down there. Yeah, you guys do have a huge fire science there in Hutchinson. I was just in Hutchinson a few months ago. I'm also the vice president of the Kansas chapter of the International Association of Arson Investigators. So we hosted an 80-hour class in Hutchinson. So we went down there and got the class kicked off. But I'm in Hutchinson at least once a year around September. Last 2 times it's been done is right during the state fair, and I think we decided to move it to a week later because you just couldn't get anywhere down there to find a place to eat or anything with the state fair going on. But I'll be back down in September. We just had a meeting today. Had to drive down to Wichita to finalize our Kansas chapter conferences February 4th, 5th, and 6th. So we had to drive to Wichita today to finalize everything with the hotel and meet up with the other board members and make sure we're ready to go for February. So do a lot of traveling with that. I became an arson investigator in 1999. You want to talk about an interesting job. I always thought when I retired that would probably what I would be doing full time, but I've been doing it long enough now, so I think if I retire, I may do one every now and then on the private side, but what an interesting job that is. To dig into what caused the fire so you can try to prevent it in the future. If it's a piece of product that caused it, or we were big on the Ford Motor Company when the trucks had their little problem with the cruise control. We had several of those. But it's good to me that if I can go in and figure out what caused it so we can try to prevent any of those fire fatalities or fire losses from anyone. I always tell the other guys that my equal on the operations side, I tell him, I said, when my prevention fails, that's when you get to go to work. So hopefully I can keep him busy, or not busy. Your Bubba Bug, your uncle was a battalion chief in Manhattan. Or in Hutchinson. I got you.
And he was 3 miles from you. We don't know.
Oh yeah, we have our class there at the police academy there in Hutchinson. It's kind of out of town, but I'm sure you're familiar with what that is out there. Yeah, those guys go out there and spend 2 weeks at a time, 80-hour classes to get their certification to test for the Kansas, so they can be certified in Kansas. I had my Kansas certification up until about 7 years ago, and then they have a international certification which you can test through Washington. They'll send you the test. You have to be proctored by someone that doesn't work in your area, and then you get the international certification for arson investigators. So I got that. It's been a while, so really enjoy that. A lot of traveling that goes along with that. We were in Jacksonville, Florida last year for the international conference, and in March this year we'll be traveling to Vegas for our international conference. So can't say enough about the arson side. That's really that's what I really enjoy. I'm too old to go in there and drag the hose and fight the fire anymore, but I sure like going in after it's over. Those guys have got it all put out. I like to go in there and see if I can figure out what caused it. So, well, let's see here. Not sure how long we've been going. Oh, 33 minutes. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to keep you guys that long. Been rambling about my stories, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and get off here for tonight. But just wanted to make sure I had you guys as moderators, which it looks like I do. So I appreciate the offer, and anything I can do to pay you guys back, just don't hesitate to hit me up. I'll be glad to help you with anything I can. I know I give you guys shout outs all the time, but right now I don't have that many followers, but every chance I get I tell them to look you guys all up. I've got a list of all the people that I've subscribed to, and hopefully that'll help you guys grow also. But I will get off here for now, and can't wait to next live and catch you guys in the next one. It's been great. I appreciate it. And I'll sign off for now and catch up with you guys later. James, I appreciate you, buddy. You were the first one in here tonight. It was great. You guys all have a great night. And I will catch you on the next one. Good night, guys.